Hello again, it's Amy with Just a Little Ink. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I love sharing with others the things that I learn and the things I enjoy in rubber stamping. It was something that I learned over 20 years ago when I was invited to my first Stampin' Up party, and I've been hooked ever since. Today I'm going to share with you a card. I'm going to shake it up a little bit with some different colors, but it's a card, very simple birthday card, using the Welcoming Window bundle. It's a stamp set, a photopolymer stamp set, and coordinating dies. You can find both of them, or I should say the bundle, in our mini catalog, our January to June mini catalog. They're found on page 58, and if bought together as a bundle, you not only save 10%, but you get them for $50.25 before shipping and tax. And the advantage of that during the month of February is that it's our last month for Celebration. Celebration is Stampin' Up's big sale of the year. It's going to happen twice this year, so you'll have to keep your ears tuned for that. But it goes through the 28th of February. And there are a number of items in this brochure, you can find all this online, that you can receive one item for free out of here with a $50 order. There are some items toward the back of the catalog, the brochure, with a $100 order you could receive for free. And if you host a workshop or you spend enough, you can receive this stamp set for free. There's also a lot of great join options if you want to become a demonstrator or just get the best kit in the world, which is our sign-up kit, what we refer to as joining, and this starter kit. I'm bumbling over my words. $99, you get $125 worth of product, but during Celebration, you will also receive 5 6x6 stacks of the newest Designer Series papers that will be in the next catalog. And so the value is even higher. But anyway, I want to show you how to make this simple card. I'm all about simple cards. If you watch my videos, that part you know. You need a half a sheet of our gray granite cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. All of these measurements I will have on my blog, justalittleink.com. And you can purchase any of these items on my website, justalittleink.stampinup.net. And if you are ordering under $150, use the host code. Not only will you receive a thank you note from me, but you might also get a little extra something. So fold that in half. You also need another piece of gray granite, and I didn't write down measurements. I will again include those measurements on my blog. And you're going to take, I need a piece of scratch paper here. I'm going to use some gray granite ink. Open up your stamp, and I'm going to use the bricks. You've seen me use these before. And I'm going to stamp off, which is why I want a blotter piece behind. So I like to kind of scatter them. They are meant to be lined up. And so I don't want mine to cover the entire card. So I'm going to kind of come like I would think they're exposed on an old building. I might pull some up over here. Gives you a little more freedom to not be as precise either when you scatter them. So I'm scattering them around. Then I also took some bricks before I get my stamp out of the way. So I'm going to set that away here. I also scattered some on the inside. So I'm inked up here. I'm going to put some here. I'm going to kind of come down, and I might choose to come out here, and then I'm going to do the same thing down here. Just want to grab a little bit, just to give it a little more interest on the inside. Get that out of the way. Oops, almost did more than I want to. I've got a little square of basic white. I called that Whisper White earlier. It's because we're still getting used to having a different white paper. So I've got a square. I'm stamping on it the phrase that says, "Sending sunshine for a beautiful birthday." You could make a lot of these cards in a lot of different colors. So step that out of the way. Then on the inside, I'm going to use Tuxedo Black ink. You might be hearing my dog. It's hard to get dogs to stay out of the way when you're trying to record. The baby wants the bigger dog to play. Okay, so wishing our paths crossed more often, which I have a lot of friends that that's the truth for. So now I can set that out of the way. Now I want to stamp these flowers that I have, and so I've got, it's a two-step, makes it very simple. I'm going to open up the Mossy Meadow ink. I'm going to stamp my greenery in Mossy Meadow. Some here on a scrap of basic white, some on the other side in basic white. And get that out of the way. And then I have a stamp that is just the flowers, and those go where those little holes are. And I'm going to use Blushing Bride to stamp my flowers on the inside here. So I'm going to turn it around, line up. It'll be in those spots. Get this out of the way. And then I can run it through my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I also have a piece of early espresso cardstock, and you'll see why that's important here in a second. So I'm going to put my sheet or my plates out. I need a number 1. I need one number 2. All of these come with your machine. We'll end up running this through twice because I have 2 flowers here. I think my Mossy Meadow stamp pad is a little bit dry on one end, but gave me a variegated look, so we're going to go with it. So I've got that, and then I also want, since I can do it at the same time, find my shelf here. It's an embossed piece that's going to cut. So I'm going to open up here, push it in, and I'm going to run it through, and I'll have to do this twice. Up. Sometimes you gotta grab it and get out of the way. Well, we'll run it through the second time. Caught it just in time. Maybe should have attached it with a little piece of washi. So you see here that I've got one set of flowers. Gently pull that off. Okay, so I'm going to turn around, line it up on the other end, like so. And I think just so we don't have the same thing happen, I will indeed grab a little piece of some scrap washi, stick it on there so we can get it ran through. And fit them together here. Run through. I keep this little Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine on my stamp desk, and it's just very handy. Don't have to get up. Okay, so got my second flower, which didn't come out as well, so we'll hide parts of it. And then here, and you've seen me do this before in my take your pick tool. I can use the pokey end to lift that out of there. And what's beautiful is that it stamps and embosses. If you were to be able to feel that, it has some texture to it. So I'll put these things out of the way. So then I have a larger piece of Blushing Bride cardstock that I'm going to attach behind. It just barely peeks. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal. I'm going to line up my brick or stone piece. Like so. Then I want to attach all of my parts and pieces. So I'm going to glue my flowers onto here. So take out my liquid glue, so my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm just going to put a bead of glue across on my shelf first. These are going to kind of hang off. Again, put a little bit here to catch on both sides. Like so. Then I'm going to use some dimensionals on the back. I have some, I snip and use every inch of my Stampin' dimensionals. It's a great value for what you got, and I want to lift this up a little bit. So I'll use my little half pieces there. Pull off the backing. They have double side stick on it. Like so. Got that ready. I don't want to forget my greeting. I'm just going to use some adhesive to put it down flat. I'm going to stick it up here in this corner. And I want it down first, just in case, because I have a feeling I'm going to cover up the corner just a little bit. So then I can take this piece that I have already done, lay it down on the front. So it's like I have a window box sitting out in front of my house. Then I can attach the inside to my card, onto my card base. This is just a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white. And then I'm going to put this also up with some dimensionals. So again, I'm going to pull out my piece of Stampin' dimensional where I've snipped along the edges so I can use the whole thing. So then I'm going to lay it and center it on the front. And then to finish it all off, I want to put a little bit of Wink Stella on my flowers, just to kind of highlight those pink flowers and let them pop a little bit off of the page. Like so. And just like that, I have a quick birthday card to send to a friend. So thank you again for joining me. Again, if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be yours. Please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. And if you would click on the little bell, you'll get notifications the next time I post a video. Thanks again for joining me. Have a great week.